Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, we start the new year with an NFC matchup out west, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
Hey, we go, Salute!
Smith going to go to the air first play. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run with the second-year man. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second down and a yard.
Sunday, here we go.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ready!
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. They'll roll him out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Now this one, CD, an interesting one to start the season in the NFC West. A lot of people think that this is the 49ers division to lose, but you caution not so fast.
Remember Seattle in 2022? A playoff team, and the Rams, they took a dip, but renewed sense of purpose, renewed sense of optimism, and 14 picks used in the NFL draft. The Rams think they can be back a lot quicker.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing now is Geno. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's Smith. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Middle.
Geno now to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Myers' kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, it's one thing to complete the first pass of the year, but to complete your first deep ball, oh, that's got to feel great for him right now, because he's worked on that the entire offseason as well. But to see it downfield, your guy catching it, you know he feels great.
Uncork the arm a little bit, get the cobwebs dusted off. Now he's ready to roll. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
40 got. 40 got.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Hey, 5-0! Hey, 5-0!
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Easy, alert. Hey, easy, easy. Hey, 22. 20 hot.
Going right back to Akers.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Van Jefferson.
28 yards.
And the Rams are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special team more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Ready.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Check 58.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Third and 8.
Now Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Breaks a tackle.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. A beautiful fake. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey. 21. 20.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
And Johnson's kick is good.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
No ball, no ball. Clock running.
Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
Throwing is Smith.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
13 next. 13 next. 13 next. There we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Hey, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Sit up.
Off of play action. Here's Smith.
Going right back to Fant.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Smith throwing again. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Touchdown!
Kenneth Walker from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Atwell now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The 20. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is taken at the 15. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Atwell now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
The final shot before the break, Stafford.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Atwell now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is caught by Robinson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable for Lockett. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On 1st down, it's Smith.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Smith.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Smith going to try and run with it.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It was JPP that time, Jason Pierre-Paul, who got in there to blow that play up. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Atwell now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Omaha, ready, move.
To throw is Stafford. That's down the field for Jefferson. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there. But obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
49, flip her off, 49. Tell what's up.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Smith now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 141 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Indy.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Atwell now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Jefferson moving in motion left. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He's going to field this at the 4. Shutting defenders at the 15. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Wow, 100.